Testing, testing, testing. This should be working. All right. Hi, everybody. To whoever is basically watching, I've been wanting to make a very short stream. This will not be very long, probably within 2 hours at the very most. Now, the thing is what I'm wanting to talk about with you and everybody else for today is basically what's going on with me and my current state and status of the channel. So, but first, I kind of wanted to get into a deeper conversation with my with my actual channel and how it basically became a thing at first. This isn't scripted or anything. This is basically what's just going off in my head. But I feel like this is very important to be discussed for today. We will not be doing any video game streams for today. It will just only be me talking, no music, nothing else but just me discussing what's going on with me, a lot of the hardships that I basically have had before and after YouTube, and so on and so forth. I won't be going way too much detail into my personal life because I'd rather not dox myself. But I will just describe as much as I can so that way everybody can have somewhat of an understanding of, you know, me as a person and me on my channel. My hair is an absolute mess. You'll have to excuse me. Anyways, yeah. I'll just start by saying this. So, when I was younger, I had like a lot of problems growing up. I've had a lot of like issues. I won't go in a way too much details onto it. I will not be diagnosing or, you know, dissecting way too much of my life, but I'll just give you somewhat of an understanding as to what's happening. When I was younger, I didn't really have like anybody to basically support me. I didn't have too much going for me in my life. I've had to go through several hardships and living issues. I've had to move from states and stuff. I have a lot of family issues as well on top of it. And how I basically began with the YouTube channel was when I was younger, growing up into high school, growing up into middle school and elementary. I was severely bullied, like to the amount to where I've had like no friends whatsoever. I've had to deal with a lot growing up. I know I just keep saying that over and over and over, but I'm trying to think of how to describe it without revealing too much. So, yeah, I didn't have any friends growing up when I was like younger. I was like 12 all the way up to like 18 or 19 or even 20 when I started to like make my YouTube channel. I did have like a few friends growing up, but they would actually just like either move away or they would just like betray me, or you know, we wouldn't have anything to do with each other and stuff like that. It was just very uncomfortable to have. And so as I was growing up, I had a lot of, this will be very personal, but I've had a lot of tendencies to inflict harm upon myself. And as I was younger growing up, I used to be that way, like big time. I used to have like a lot of these dark and a lot of these like bad thoughts within me from growing up. I've had I like when I was a child too, I've also had like a lot of harsh experiences as well. I will not say what they are, but yeah. And ever since I've kind of grew up with that, it's made me like very, very more depressed. It's made me like very how do I say this? You know how I'm as aggressive as I am, or how is like I just literally take shit from nobody whatsoever. I have like no patience. I have like next to none of any tolerance of like lying or stuff like that. Thank you everybody that's actually joined and watching, by the way. I appreciate it. You guys are very sweet. I'll read your comments in just a second. Um as I was growing up, I've had a lot of uh mental instability issues. For those of you who do not actually know, I have a thing that's called basically Asperger's syndrome. And what that is it's like autism, but you're more of like on a functioning spectrum of it. And luckily for me, I guess I can somewhat function properly. I can function a lot better than what I can normally do. And when I was growing up dealing with like some of these mental illnesses and stuff, I've had to be around a lot of bad people. You know, I've lived in bad neighborhoods. I've lived in bad schooling environments. I've had problems with teachers. I would fail classes a lot. I would actually get like F's and failed grades because the subjects that I was basically like wanting to, or not wanting to, but like the subjects that I was working with in the school and stuff that I was on, I wasn't interested in them whatsoever. So I've had to go through like special education. And basically what that is, it's it's like a class or like a special type of class for certain kids or people who need extra help with their education and their support. And due to my autism at the time, or I had to I had to get some more help with that. I had to like get a little extra support in a way, because it was just for people like who learn in much different ways, some easier than others. um and when I was in special education, I got made fun of for it. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people would think like I'm just, just like extremely stupid, just really dumb, part of like the dumb kids class or something like that. And in a way I kind of thought of it as that too. um but over time I kind of realized special education is more, I mean, sure, it is easier than normal classes, but it's meant to like help those people who have trouble with their problems and their learning experiences, and basically for implement upon it. Over time though, I would actually get my grades better, and I would improve upon it. So I would go into normal classes, which is basically mainstream. um I would take classes. I would take like a bunch of school stuff, and I would try the best that I could to get good with certain classes. I got made fun of a lot though for a lot of stuff, because before I used to had like a really bad stutter. Like I would stutter over my words a lot, and I would have a lot of speech problems. I still kind of do, but not as bad as before, because I've worked upon that a lot better. Um, anyways, I graduated from elementary school. I was lucky enough to get some decent grades on there. And then I moved to middle school. One middle school I was in, I was bullied a lot, so I had to get out of it. I was wanting to move, so I had to get out of that as soon as possible. Basically, as I was growing up, I was kind of like a small kid. Like I was like around 5'4" at the time. I don't know. It was weird with me growing up, because as I was growing up, like I was small. I was kind of like a tiny kid. I was like very skinny. I was very small. I didn't have like a lot of friends. I didn't have like anybody whatsoever. And everybody would always look down on me like 24/7. And it was like, it was an awful feeling. But over time, I had to like figure out Like, how am I going to how am I going to do this correctly? How am I going to better myself? How am I going to actually strengthen every part of me, whether it's physical or mental or everything on top of it? So, you know, I over time, like, I was very introverted. I was very like not into talking to anybody and stuff like that, because whenever I would, it would just not come out right, or people would just think I'm really awkward and so on and so forth. You know, or whether it's like getting like rewards and stuff but not having anybody applaud you for it, that kind of thing. Like, I've had a lot of those different experiences. um Anyways, I graduated elementary school with decent grades. I've also graduated with middle school with decent grades. Then I moved into high school, and how that turned out was, let's just say, like, high school was like a very awkward time for me. When I was in high school, I had like nobody at around sophomore year. I wasn't really like with anybody during that time. Um, I had like one friend that I kind of was like talking to, but then like I don't really talk to him anymore because they just left. Um, so I did well in sophomore year. Hi Honeybee, hi Kinjay, Derpy, Chinoza, Dodo, Harry, Kickbutt, Gemma, Marcos, Julie, Crescent, everybody that's in here, thank you for watching. Will be too. Amazing person, Andre. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. And Ian too. As I was saying, I was in high school at the time, and I was hi NQG, thank you for coming, sweetheart. Hi Neon, welcome. So with high school, I grew up within that, and it was like a whole nother beast for me. When I was in high school growing up, um how do I say this? It was different. You know, I actually had like a couple of friends when I was in junior and senior. Um and when I was in junior for a bit, that's kind of like where things started to get a little better in a way. I actually had like a couple of friends and stuff that I'd actually talk to, or you could say like my very first friends. Um and when I did, I would grow up with them, and I would actually, you know, stick with them until like senior year. And then I had a girlfriend at the time around senior. You know, I had a girlfriend same age as me, same grade as me and everything. And they were my very first girlfriend, you know, in a way. They were like the first one for me. But that relationship didn't last like at all. It did not last whatsoever, because well, you know how high school relationships can be. They never last. They really don't. And if they do, it's like a slot machine's chance. But yeah, this person that I dated, they kind of like cheated on me. They broke my heart in a way. They tried to manipulate me and do all sorts of crazy wacko type of crap. And they tried, and actually slowly but surely they actually got all of my friends to hate on me for some reason. It was just really vindictive and manipulative crowd, and it was just really bad, like, overall. I never done like hardly anything to that person. I was just nice to them. I just showed them nothing but respect. And we're talking like before I started acting like kind of aggressive. I'm trying to work on that now as of late, but this was like before. Like before, I was like really, really, really quiet and really, really, like, I guess you could say nicer, more vulnerable in a way. I was also a simp at the time too. Like, at the time I was like bisexual, you know, I was just attracted to like whatever and stuff, you know, and I can still be attracted to a girl if they're like the one for me. If they are the one, then I have no issue dating them. But if they aren't, then I just go on about my business. Anyways, when I grew up with this person, in a way, they cheated on me. They got a lot of my friends to hate on me, but I was able to get, I guess you could say, my revenge. I stood up for myself. I had to like tell, them to basically fuck off, and I had like evidence of them cheating on me, and how they did it was like I was just walking to class the other day. I was just walking to class, to my music class, and then I freaking saw her kissing on another girl, you know, and from what I gathered, like they were their friend, and I got my phone out quickly to where she couldn't see it. I took a picture of it. I went into my class and I texted her that, and since she tried to like get all my friends to hate on me, I literally sent that picture to her mother. So yeah. Yeah, and you can only imagine how that would go. I don't know, I don't like being revengeful, but I do it if like someone actually messes with me to a certain extent. But I do not condone that kind of behavior, though. I mean, I was young at the time. I was very young, and I was very like hateful, or more angrier and stuff like that. Chris, thank you for the $10. Now you're stronger now than ever before. Look at all the beautiful humanity supporting you and loving you. Remember to keep shining brighter than any diamond, because it's who you are. Hashtag one love. Thank you, Chris. Go support Chris or Chinoza if you haven't already. Hi, Brady. Good to see you. Thank you for coming, sweetheart. I understand you there. It happened many, many times. Hi, DeAndre. Anyways, thank you. Thank you so much. As I was saying, I got like, I had a second person too, and it was a very complex situation. I was friends with this other girl at the time, but we're talking like friends though. And when they were seeing that I was with this one chick, they got extremely jealous, and they were thinking that like I was flirting with them a lot and stuff like that, when I was just like talking to them normally. Um and so they basically insisted on helping the girl that cheated on me to rid me of my friends and stuff. I don't know. It's weird. When it comes to me, and when it comes to just anything in general, it's like I've been cursed with like really bad luck. Like, and it just happens a lot. Like I do not have the best kind of luck. But what I do say to myself though is, if I can't have good luck, I might as well make luck for myself, which is what I try to go for. Anyways, graduated high school. I was able to do good in it. I got my grades up, like a 3.0. Not bad. It's good grades. It's passable. And then I went into college. So when I went into college at the time, I had to like take some classes. It was very stressful, and college is like a whole nother beast in comparison to high school. And, I made a few friends there too. Um, I've had a few friends at the time growing up with there as well. And yeah, I mean, it beats getting beaten and having a lot of bullies like attack you, like what happened to me in my previous schools. Because yeah, I've had to go home with like physical bruises and shit like that. It wasn't fun. But college wasn't like that, luckily. I mean, there's adults, not stupid ass kids. And yeah, when I was in college, I've had to take some classes. I made like a few friends, and when I did make friends with them, I would play like Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh, that kind of nerdy shit, and D&D with them too. And they would come and go a lot. And as I would take like my classes and stuff, I was living somewhat of a semi-normal life. And so, with that other girl that I was mentioning, the one who basically like was helping out that other chick and getting people to hate on me, she eventually apologized to me. She apologized to me and stuff like that. And at the time, I was a lot more forgiving, for things like that. I forgave her. I didn't take it to like heart as like I did with that other chick. And so eventually I ended up dating her. Like I said, when I was younger, I was a sim. I didn't have nobody to love. I didn't have anybody else. So I was really desperate. You know what I mean? I didn't have anybody like that to help me feel well. I wasn't thinking well like that. So I of course I accepted her, her apology. And then we ended up dating for like a year or so. So then when I ended up dating her, when I dated her, a lot of bad things kind of happened between her and I. Um she had like family issues, but we're talking like both of her parents like kind of passing away as we were dating. Her mother though specifically. Um I will not say the name of this person, and I will not say the name of the people that I've dated, but I will express the story about them. But the only reason I'm not going to say their name is because I do not believe in showing or providing that kind of information, because it's just rude and unnecessary. So I'm just not even going to say their name, and I'm not going to say any names whatsoever about it. I think it's best that way. Hi Panzer, good to see you. So anyways, I grew up with this girl for a little bit, and then suddenly she would become manipulative. She would want to like make me give her money to help her out. And at the time I had a job. I was working with Jack in the Box and stuff. And I was being nice and I said, "Okay, here you go." So I'd give her money. I'd let her buy some stuff. I would buy her like some cars because she liked the same stuff that I did. I would buy her like a lot of different things too. I would even like give her some money to help support her cause and what's happening with her, because she lived in a very bad income of a home. So you could say that I gave her around like $1,000 worth of stuff, which is an insane amount. But at the time, I did it all out of love and care. I just did it so that way I could like help her out and give her a lot of love and all that shit. And so then that basically backfired on me big time. Like all that support that I basically gave her was for nothing. And then one day, she wanted to just dump me. And then I said, "Why is that?" And she says, "Oh, it's because you're manipulative. You're crazy. You just question everything." And I just said, I supported you. I gave you a lot of my time. I wanted to give you nothing but love and support. And that's another thing about her too, is she didn't really give me a lot of affection, like at all. You know how it is, like if you're in a relationship with somebody, it's very normal and natural to be lovey-dovey and kiss and hug and all and have all that kind of shit. I barely could get any of that from her. I barely got any of that kind of thing. I didn't get a lot of affection whatsoever. So overall, it was really depressing of a relationship. And she dumped me, and then within like a day or two, she was with this other guy. And I was thinking to myself, like, how long have you known this guy for? And it's like whatever. And she moved on quickly, and I kind of know what's happening to her now because of other people telling me, but I just don't give a shit. I really don't. I do not care about her at all. I just don't care about her whatsoever, and I'm honestly glad she is gone from my life for good. I haven't spoken to her for years, and I never want to either. I don't want to be friends with her. And basically she's got what's coming to her. Simple as that. Anyways, After that happened, I got really depressed. Like, I was really, really sad. My heart was broken. I felt awful. You know, I didn't feel like much was going well for me in my life. I haven't had like I haven't had a lot of good things happen to me growing up. And there's a lot more that I can express about that too, but it's like extremely personal. Like, I've been beaten. I've had a lot of bullies. I've gotten called all kinds of names. Um Luckily for me, the only bad things that have kind of happened to me were more mental than physical. Because if they were more physical, then I probably wouldn't be standing talking to you right now. But I had a few physical things happen to me that I will not be discussing. Despite being beaten and all that kind of shit. Anyways. Growing up, and when I was in high school and stuff, I was living with my father. I will not be going too much into him, but let's just say he really hates long hair. So I had to like cut my hair a lot. I had to like shave it down. That's why you see it as long as it is now, because I'm not living with my father anymore and he really fucking hates that. Let's just say I love my father. I really do. I have nothing but love and care for my father, but he's very, very, very rough and restrictive. And the reason I say this is because a lot of different things. Like, I didn't even get a cell phone until I was 16. I mean, my father has done a lot of good things for me as a person. He's disciplined me a lot. And he's made me into what I am now, in a way. And I act very, very similar to him. The funny thing is, like, I act just almost like my father, but I look just like my mother. I don't look like my father as much at all. Anyways, growing up with my father and stuff, you know, I didn't really have anybody else but him as well. I had to like move, you know, I had to like move back and forth between my mother and my father. You know, because divorce. And when I got taken away from like my mother, like that's like, and I was like 9 or 10 at the time, and I haven't seen my father in such a very long time, so it was a very like, imagine it for like being like a 9 to 10 year old. Like, that's just a very scary and very, you know, traumatic experience for a little kid. I mean, if I was an adult now, like, I don't care, because when you're an adult and when you're growing up and when you're like old enough and stuff like that, your mind basically becomes a diamond. It becomes impervious to a lot of different shit. But when you're a kid, things just absorb like constantly. Like, you have a bunch of things flying at you like all over the place, and you absorb it and you remember it instantly. You will just remember it really quickly. That's one of the reasons why kids are really good at learning when they're growing up, and they're really good at memorizing certain things, because their minds, when they're young like that, they can absorb a lot of different information, like easily too. Some even better than adults. Unfortunately for me growing up, all the information that I had flying my direction was more negative than positive. I've learned a lot more stuff. I've learned a lot more about life. I've learned a lot more about like what's easy, what isn't easy, what pardon me, what routes to take in life, what you're supposed to do with yourself, and how things should play about. Continuing on, growing up, I was still in college. I was really depressed. I had nothing going for me. And the funny thing is, like, at the time, I love video games. I used to play like a crap ton of Dark Souls. I used to play like Dark Souls 3 specifically. Um, Living with my father at the time, I've had a lot of like those tendencies again, and I felt like I was wanting to do it just on a particular day. I just like really wanted to like do it and just like end it all. But then like another thought came to my mind was I was thinking to myself like, maybe I should make a YouTube channel because I was really bored. I had nothing else going for me. And yeah, I had like a lot of had a lot of boring stuff around me. I was living in a very boring area too. Basically like the desert around California. Awful place, very flat. It's ugly as hell. Terrible civilians, you name it. Not a good area to be in. And so when I was in that, I was living in like a really shitty environment. I lived in Oregon, and then I lived in California, and you can imagine like Oregon is a very beautiful place. I'm actually here now, living here, and it's great. My life is like definitely better than it was before. And so in comparison to that, California was awful. It was just bad. It was just not a good place to live in at all. It was just miserable. There was no jobs. There was nothing for me to work off of. I've applied to like several places. I even tried applying to McDonald's, like to a bunch of them, and they wouldn't hire at all. I never got lucky. So the fact that I couldn't like function well with work, college, because problems with other people, so on and so forth, I was just thinking like, well, what's worth living at this point? Like, what's even worth it? What's the point of it? What's the point of doing all of this stuff when I could just throw it away? At least that's what I was thinking before. So then I got invested onto YouTube. BK, thank you so much for the member. You are absolutely an angel. Thank you so much, sweetheart. So I got interested in wanting to create a YouTube channel. I wanted to like get involved with YouTubing. I wanted to like see if I could find somebody to make even just a single friend with. So I combined like my interest of gaming such as Dark Souls and crap, and then I wanted to like put that onto YouTube. So when I did that, I wanted to get interested in making YouTube videos. I wanted to like work on that. I wanted to like get interested into it. At the time, I didn't have anybody like at all. I didn't have nobody to like support me. So I had to seek out people and friends and other people that I wanted to like talk to and stuff like that. And how that began was when I was in Dark Souls, I would go into like a community thing, right? And I would basically like help people beat bosses, help people like play the game, figure out like what builds to create and stuff like that. And after I would help them with those kind of things, like I would just simply offer like saying, hey, and I self-promoted at the time a lot. And I would just say like, hey, I got a YouTube channel. I make a lot of Dark Souls content. Maybe you can check it out and you could play with me on stream and stuff. So I would ask people a lot about that. And eventually I built like a little small community from it. So I did that. And it all started from Dark Souls. I would make Dark Souls content and streams out of it. And I would let people come and play with me and stuff like that. Some of the videos and stuff, or at least like before, I didn't have like a microphone because like I am not that good at expressing my voice. Like I'm not that good with that. Cuz the weird thing about me is like my voice changes a lot constantly. It does that. And I don't mean it to be like too purposeful in a way. It just happens. Everybody's voices change over time. It just happens to everybody. So when I was like younger and stuff, I got like my microphone and things like that when I was like at around 700, 800 subscribers. And I was a lot more like posh with the way that I was speaking. And the reason why I wanted to like talk about it was because, and a lot of you guys kept saying like, wow, you sound so different in comparison when you first streamed. And you're very much correct. That is very true. And the reason for that was because when you're on YouTube working with this platform, and when you're on here wanting to like stream and that kind of thing, you want to be able to present yourself in a way to where people will have their attention grabbed and, you know, be very interested in the content that you are creating. So what I would do is, with my current voice, I wanted to like implement it on that. I wanted to make it sound even better. So that's why I was talking like a lot differently before, because I wanted people to like be interested in the stuff that I'm doing and the videos that I'm streaming and stuff like, or not videos, but games that I'm streaming and stuff like that. And over time, like I wanted to have like a very distinct voice on my channel. I wanted to like have a very like particular voice that everybody can just recognize and that they can listen to. And so over time, I would work on it and I would make my voice sound better and better and better. Because the funny thing is, like, when I was younger, I didn't talk hardly at all. I never like expressed myself. I would never like do any of that. I was very, very kept to myself. And so, when I did get a mic and everything, I basically got, you know, I got better with that. And the thing with YouTube is, like, at the time, YouTube made me very happy. You know, it made me feel good. I was like, wow, I actually have people who can watch me. Like, there's people out there who actually give a crap about me, you know, stuff like that. And so when I did, it was great. It was wonderful. You know, I've had like a lot of people watch me. I used to stream Dark Souls, I used to stream Fallout, Skyrim, Red Dead Redemption, God of War, a lot of these like single player games, and a lot of like these other games that I would actually stream. I was like a big time variety streamer. So I basically worked onto that. And I'm sorry for ignoring the chat. I'm reading what you guys are saying. It's just I'm expressing and targeting primarily me right now. I am reading what you're saying though. Thank you, Catman. I love you too. But I'm reading what you guys are saying. Don't worry. I promise that. I'm just trying to express myself here. So basically, growing up, it was very harsh to deal with. And when I got onto YouTube, it definitely helped a lot more. It actually helped even further with a lot of the stuff that I'm doing. And when I did make my YouTube channel, I didn't have like any expectations. I didn't have like nothing behind my mind. I didn't have anything going for me except for just like seeking out people or friends and pray and hope that they would stick around. Stuff like that. So basically when I did YouTube and when I worked with that, I was trying the best that I could to like figure out what can I do with streams, what can I work with, what can I provide to my friends and audience. And I still have an audience and friends, of course. However, when I did that, I was trying to figure out like what avenues can I take, what can I do to help improve myself and my story and stuff like that, or you know, just me in general. Like what can I do? So I would hit like a few thousand subscribers here and there, and that was a milestone that I never thought I would ever reach. At the time, my channel grew really fast, and I mean like really, really fast. So the funny thing is, like, as I was growing my channel, I would go into like a bunch of YouTube channels too, and I would just support a lot of people. I still support some people, but not as much as I used to. I would just watch them and support them. I wouldn't ask them for subs or anything like that because I don't believe in self-promotion on other people's platforms. I mean, the only time that I'll basically self-promote is if like I'm on my own YouTube channel, and if people are watching me, I'll just say, you know, go ahead and subscribe if you want to blah 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 blah. or maybe even a DM. I'll just say like, maybe you can check this out, you know, stuff like that. Other than that, I don't like borderline just saying, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm on your channel. Sub to me. You know, I'm not gonna do that. That's just silly. There's no point in that. Like, what are you gonna get from going on other people's channels and asking for it? Anyways, I basically would get better with my YouTube channel, and so I would be a part of this one community as well. I'm not really gonna say too much onto them. I do not like them, and I do not support them in like other ways too. But it's like a hashtag. I'll just say hashtag creator. I'm not gonna say the full thing, but I do not support that hashtag because at the time, like a year or two ago, that hashtag was basically like a bunch of YouTubers gathering together so they could support one another and basically watch each other's content. In a way, I like the concept of it. Like, the concept of it was like really intriguing, and I like the way that it was presented. But is it gonna work? I really doubt it, because it sounds way too good to be true. The only way that you can grow on this platform and exceed and get better with it is through videos, really impactful and good streams that help you grow a lot. Basically showing yourself to be very popular, having the correct tags, really good thumbnails, and it's just something that you can really only do for yourself. You can have some friends and you can like talk to people and they can probably support you too, but you need a lot of effort and you need a lot of like determination to be able to create the content that you want to on this platform. This is a monstrous, awful platform in my opinion for well, there is some competition, but at the same time there isn't. So when I was a part of that hashtag creator bullcrap, I got involved with it, you know, and there was like a lot of people supporting this one person. I'm not going to say their name, but there was this one person in particular who's basically like a freaking running this whole pyramid scheme, and that's what I believe that it is. It's literally a pyramid scheme, you know, designed by one person so they can get some a little bit of extra cash, getting support on their channel and that kind of thing. And I do not support that. A lot of other people, like 60 people, 80, 70 people are watching them, and I was just thinking to myself, this is absolutely fake. Like, what are you gonna get from a guy that just sits on a chair just saying creator buy my wood? No, it's, you gotta give me something interesting. At least play a freaking game or something, you know, or actually like present something. Keep playing Smash. I don't want to play Smash. So this guy, like, I was just thinking like, wow, this is actually disgusting, because I would go into their chat and he would condone basically sub for sub, and that is something that I am most highly against. Always have, always will be. I have never liked sub for sub. I will support somebody if I actually genuinely enjoy them and their content. You know, simple as that. Like, if I don't enjoy watching them, I'm just not gonna freaking watch them. I'll just unsubscribe. Simple as that. So yeah, and basically what a pyramid scheme is, like having the combination of like a bunch of people. God, my hair is a freaking mess. Pardon me. Pyramid scheme is like basically when you have like a large combination of people partaking into an event that'll make money and stuff for other people, and that's kind of what they were doing with this guy. Like, that's what he was basically condoning, in my opinion, because that's just how it is. Like, seeing as to how everybody was just wanting like support so they could get like revenue and all that kind of stupid crap. And in my honest opinion, revenue is bullcrap. Yes, they are Kick Butt Man, but I don't want to mention their name. They are definitely, without a doubt, part of it. I do not support them anymore because of it, but I'm not going to mention their name because they're just a sub for sub channel. I'm not friends with them anymore. Simple as that. So, anyways, I was against that, and I basically stood up to him saying, "This is bullshit." You know, I was saying like, "This is not right. Like, what you're doing is literally nothing but just supporting somebody." You know, stuff like that. I was also in another person's stream, like, you know, discussing with them and asking them a question, basically saying, like, "Hey, you know, like what's going on here?" I was just asking questions. And so when I went on to the other guy's channel, the creator person, they they banned me. They just got rid of me. Because they said, "Oh, you were on the other person's stream, we don't agree with you," and they just banned me. It was stupid. And I was like, you know what, fuck you. And after that, I got some hate from those people too. They kind of went after me in a way because I didn't agree to their freaking icky tactics of wanting to support people and expect it back. So I was like thinking to myself, like, you know, so be it. Hate on me as much as you wish. I take it with a grain of salt. Anyways, with that being said, I basically stopped I basically like stopped supporting that community altogether. I do not support them at all. There are some good people within that community though. I will admit, within that community there are some really good people that I actually genuinely support and that I really like. And it kind of works for some people, but for some people it just doesn't, especially if it's run by a particular person. But with a couple of people that basically are involved within that community, I'm not saying they're bad people. Some of them are just wonderful people. So, yeah, it's simple as that. Moving on from that, I was still growing on my YouTube channel, you know, still doing good, just growing my YouTube, getting new people, getting new subscribers. Um, and then over time, like I kind of told my father about my YouTube channel, and I really wish I didn't because he's really restrictive on stuff. So as soon as I told him about that, um, as soon as I told him about that, he basically just said like, you can only stream 2 hours like per session. And God, why is my mic so fuzzy? Let me fix. I wish I could fix this. I wish it wasn't so fuzzy. No, anyways, whatever. You can see me, that's all that matters. Anyways, when I was on there, you know, when I was on this platform for a long time, I still am, but when I was here longer and I was growing a lot more, I was only able to stream for like 2 hours. Not that much. And if I streamed over like 3 hours, he would just take away my stuff. It was very ridiculously restrictive. And on top of it, you know, when I was doing college and stuff, he got me very stressed out too. So I wasn't really doing all that well in it. And then I got kicked out of my home eventually. Let's just say me and my father didn't agree on stuff. We got into arguments, so he just kicked me out. And yeah, I moved on from there and I came to live here in Oregon. When I did, you know, it was very like depressing at first, but over time it became kind of nice. Uh and yeah, basically another thing as well is when I got kicked out, you know, I had to basically live here. And this happened like a year and a half ago. So when I moved here, I had to get a lot of things situated. I had to get like a new computer. I had to get a lot of streaming equipment and all that kind of thing. And at the time, I was only able to stream from a PlayStation 4 using its PlayStation 4 streaming method. So when I did, it was working, but I had to move on and get this computer because it's just a lot better and it worked very well in comparison. So I was doing well. growing. I was doing well. I was streaming every day, getting support, getting subscribers, people watching me a lot. You know, everything was going really well. You know, now I'm going to discuss a very serious topic as well. I've already mentioned this onto a live stream in the past, but I have no issue discussing it more again onto this live stream in particular. For some of you who have had experiences with this said person, I am deeply sorry that you've ever had to deal with them. And I will be discussing it here and now for anybody who is watching. And I will be discussing it here. For those of you who are sensitive to this topic, you know, you don't have to listen to it if you do not want to. But if you do want to hear my take, and if you want to hear everything that's happened with me and this person, by all means, you can stay. Because basically what I'm about to discuss right now is a certain person that has impacted me in a lot of different ways and changed me and morphed me into a lot different into what I used to be. So, let's begin with that. When I was growing my channel, I hit around 8,000, 9,000 subscribers, somewhere around that, I believe. I came across this person. Sorry if my hair is such a mess. I'm trying to get it right. I met this particular person when I was within the YouTube community. And let's just say they called themselves Caitlyn, right? They called themselves like Caitlyn at the time. But eventually I found out that their name was Alexa. Or something like that. So anyways, I met them within another community and onto another YouTube channel and stuff like that. When I was talking with them and stuff, you know, they wanted to like be involved within my community. They were very supportive, very kind, I guess, but they were very awkward and weird. So, yeah, they did came from Ball Gamer server, but it's not his fault. Anyways, when I met this person, thank you for the $1 DOA Hitman. I very much appreciate it. Welcome back. Thank you for returning. Anyways, as I was saying and discussing, when I was talking to this person, I found out a lot about them in a way. They came onto my server and they came onto like my channel and they would support me a lot. You know, they would basically watch me, they would stick around, and they would be all kinds of supportive and stuff like that. There it is. So they came onto my server, they came and supported me, and I took their offer. And then one day they were talking a lot about a person, like over and over, like they were almost obsessing over them in a way. And they were saying that their name was Jason, you know, Jeison, spelled weird. And you know, I said to them, oh, what are they like? And they're saying, oh, you know, they were very, oh shit, Jelly Duck, thank you for the 20, you're amazing. So they basically came onto my stuff and they were watching me, and then they wanted to bring this other person named Jason, right? So Jason came within my community, you know, and when I first met them, they were very like dark toned. They were very like depressing in a way. They were very like dark. They were just like really like monotone and like, you know, limbo kind of behavior. And they were like, you know, they claimed to be gay, they claimed to be a male, and they claimed to have had like a lot of bad things happen to their body, just some like really wacky stuff. So I would talk to this person a lot, you know, and over time, like, I got interested with them. You know, I thought they were like really neat and that kind of thing. I thought they were different and unique and stuff. And I would speak to them for like a few months, you know, and I would actually have like like feelings for them in a way. I kind of developed like kind of like a love thing for them too. And eventually I wanted to like date them. And we kind of just became a bit of a thing online, you know. So over time, some weird stuff started happening with this person. Um and basically what happened was the first thing that occurred was they told me about their childhood. And there was a lot of weird things that basically oh, don't spoil it, kick butt. I'm not done with this story. We just begun. We just begun. Anyways, I talked to this person and we kind of became a thing in a way over time, but then they told me about their childhood. So what they said was they basically said, "Hi Sumama, thank you for coming." They said, like, I've had surgery on my body. I've gotten burned in a home and stuff, and my body was encased in fire and things like that. And, you know, and they'd say like they were very like harmful to their body and that kind of thing. And I was like, I was very sympathetic for them, you know. And they were saying like a lot of very believable stuff at the time. If you were talking to this person, you know, it was very believable for what they were telling. So they talked to me about a lot of different stuff. And one time they decided to say that they were getting lung and heart surgery. Now the thing with that, right? You can't get lung and heart surgery at the same exact time. That's just actually impossible. Because when you're getting either of those surgeries, you have to wait and you have to like have a very long time to be able to do one or the other. You can't live without lungs and you can't live without a heart. Simple as that. So they were saying that they were doing both at the same time. And I was just thinking, that is not true. That is actually a lie. And over time, I dug it out of them. It was a lie. And yeah. Like I said before, I was like a sim. I was very like vulnerable to stuff, and I was like very believable of a lot of really gullible crap. I'm not like that anymore, but they would kind of just like do that. But it was very like it was almost very believable with like the way that they would describe it too. So anyways, back to the story. I told them about that, and they just said like, okay, yeah, that's not real. I mean, except for the lung surgery part. They just said they're getting lung surgery. I'm like, okay, whatever. So then they decided to bring another person into my Discord. And they call themselves like Saki, and they claim to be Jason's sister. So this person claimed to be a surgeon, right? They were a surgeon at the age of like 23, and they were kind of rich and they made a lot of money. So then I was questioning them about that too. Like, these people that I'm basically discussing here, they've been around for like a long time, and they were like talking normally, but then they would just say like some of these things that are just like out of like whack. So Saki would claim to be like a surgeon at like the age of 22 or something like that. And then I would basically say that's impossible to become a surgeon when you're that young. You'd have to have like 8 years of work and 8 years of college to be able to get that kind of certificate. You know, it was just a very hi Disintegration, how you doing, sweetheart? It was just very like strange. And these people would like come on the streams too, like Alexa, Jason, and Saki. They would come onto the streams, they would interact with each other, they would watch me, and so on, so forth. Then I would I don't know if I mentioned this, but yeah, when I basically said that they can't become a surgeon at that young, they said that, oh, they're just a surgeon in training. And I'm like, okay. 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 Sure thing. Yup. So I got mad at them for that. And I basically gave them like a strike or two on my channel. And I would let them like come onto my like streams and stuff. So then the thing that I've noticed that was interesting was Alexa, right? I would let her onto like my voice chat. And when I did, like this was a long time ago. This is like a year or so ago. And this is like on a Breath of the Wild streams that I would do too. And so they would come onto my voice chat and they would talk, but they would have like a very high pitched like girly voice. You know what I mean? And it sounded natural, but at the same time it didn't. It was very like impressive in my opinion. It was impressive, like the way that they were able to pull it off. And so I basically, I said to them, "Hey, could you get Jason into the voice chat?" And they said, "Yeah, sure. Let me just leave and stuff." And I said, "Okay." And then they did. They left, and then Jason joined the voice chat, and they sounded completely different in a way. They were like, they had like a very like deep voice. They sounded like kind of girlish, but also boyish at the same time. And they claimed to have been a guy, and they were saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm a dude. It's just, my parents and stuff, like they like injected me with like a lot of estrogen and stuff like that because they hate me." And I'm like, no normal parent would ever do that. But at the time, it was very believable because of the information that they were providing to me and stuff like that. So, basically, I was asking if Saki could join the voice chat, but they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to, like, present themselves into, like, a voice chat or whatever it is. So, excuse me. So when I did, and keep in mind, I was very, like, attracted to this person, too. To, like, Jason and stuff. Like, I was just intrigued with him. I gotta eat something, by the way. I'm actually really hungry. Not down. Anyways. When I was talking to them, and when I was with them, they had to, they wanted to bring, like, a third person, right? Eventually. And they did. So they brought this third person, and they claimed to be another sister of Jason's. What the hell? My hash brown is blending in with the screen. That's intriguing. Anyways, they wanted to bring this person in, and when they did, they called themselves Akira. And they claimed to have been a blind, rich, not blind, but a mute, rich Japanese girl. And Jason and Saki claimed to have been Japanese too. Japanese and British. Now, on top of it, you guys may be thinking, wow, you're a freaking idiot for believing all this crazy stuff. And I'm thinking, well, it was very real at the time, and it actually fooled everybody, like, in my server at this particular time. So, as I was saying, they brought that person in, and when they did, things got a lot more interesting. So, when they did, they had like an incident, right? They had an incident where like cops were coming in and stuff like that. Let me just say this. One time I was live streaming, right? I was just playing some Breath of the Wild on a live stream, and this happened a long time ago. Alexa was in a voice chat with me, I was talking to them, and I was asking them a very specific question because I got really curious. So I said to them, could you and Jason join the voice chat at the very same time and talk at the same time? And she said, yeah, sure, let me do that. And so she goes off, and my god, what happens next is ridiculous. So basically, what happened next is they came back onto the voice chat and they said some really wacky stuff. They basically said that they couldn't find Jason and they couldn't find Saki because they got kidnapped and a robber basically broke into their home with like 3 robbers in specific. And so when they came in, I was like, oh my god, call the cops, you know. I was really concerned. Like, I was actually genuinely like worried about him and stuff like that. And so they claimed to have called the cops, and then Akira or something came around, right? When they came around, they said that they were trying to like find them, you know, and they were locating them by phone. And so when they did, they apparently like found them in a specific location from their phones and stuff, and they got the cops over there, and they basically took care of it and stuff like that. They said something else that was like kind of silly too. Like they said like Akira came in and they just like hit them on the head with like a boot or something. It was so silly. So what happened with that was like very weird. It was not good. So then after that situation happened, Jason decided to DM me, and they said they basically said to me like, yeah, everything is okay. And then I said like, did anything bad happen to you at all when this went down? And they basically just said to me, well, they made me suck them off and stuff like that and condone sexual harassment acts. And at the time, like, it just like lit a fire in me. Like, I was just like beside myself. I was just really, no, they weren't blind. They claimed to have been mute and Japanese and rich. Anyways, when I did, when I found that out, like, I was just really like not happy at all with that. I was like very upset at the time because I was very concerned, you know. I was very passionate, like I was very emotional and stuff like that, and I had a lot of love and care for them too. I did, you know. I believed like a lot of the stuff that they were saying. Anyways, when that happened, I found some other things out on top of it too. Saki and Akira were basically flirting with my friends and my server people. They were like proactively picking out certain people that they could talk to, and they would actually flirt with them. Saki and Akira. Jason wouldn't flirt because he's supposed to be like mine. So they would flirt with my good friends. Dono is one of them. He's okay with me saying it, you know, and some of the other ones too. Like they were okay with like, or with me saying it, but they were basically flirting with like some of my best friends on my server, and they were like going after them and talking to them specifically. Alexa included. Yeah, I forgot about that one. So they were basically talking to them. Were they Japanese? You'll find out if you stick around. Akira was flirting with you. Ions, you weren't even like within age at the time though. I don't think. Anyways, yeah, so I found that out, and then people got upset because they were going to their chats or their DMs saying like, oh, I love you, you know, I want to date you and crap like that, you know what I mean? and it was just very like awful to deal with. Like they were just like wanting to like proactively talk to all of these people and, you know, make them feel stuff, but in a way they were also trying to make them like manipulated. And when that happened, everybody was upset. Like everybody was just not happy about that at all. And then I basically had to like, I had to deal with it myself. Like I had to eventually ban Saki because she was like doing some really wacky crazy stuff with that. Now another thing too, here's another thing I forgot to mention. There's actually a lot of stuff in this story that I have not mentioned. Anyways, one incident, right? Me and Jason, we were wanting to like see each other. We were wanting to visit. We were wanting to like see each other in person because they claimed to have been in Australia and stuff like that. And we wanted to like talk. We wanted to like physically see each other. So then they claimed that Saki was paying a flight so that way Jason could come to visit me. So when that happened, they were saying that they were gonna come and visit me and see me very soon, you know, within like a day or two. And I was like, okay, I'm all right with that. I'm fine with it. And then a day later, me and my friends were all in the voice chat, right? We were just talking and we were discussing about this. And then guess what happened? Jason kind of like talked to me this morning or that morning, and they said, oh yeah, the plane had a bird stuck in its engine and it blew up, so they have to repair the flight so that way I can get there quicker. Excuse me? But the chances of that happening are next to none. That doesn't happen, like, whatsoever. And I literally like said to them, you're just fucking lying. That is a complete lie. You're not telling the truth at all. And they admitted that it was a lie. And so I decided to, I kind of just like banned them for like a bit, right? I banned them for just a bit and I let like Alexa and stuff stay. And then within like a month or two, we would talk and they would like be very like apologetic. And they were so desperately wanting to get back into my server so they can talk to me and stuff like that. And, you know, I was still in love with them and that kind of thing. And when that happened, I just like, I was very sympathetic before. You know, I was very easy to like manipulate with that kind of thing. Particularly. And they did a very, very good job with it. Like, yeah, when that happened, I basically decided to let them back in. But the thing that happened with that, though, was like, with that person lying a lot like they did, that was when my community and a lot of my friends and a lot of like my people and my good supporters that were within my community literally made them get scared away. And they caused a lot of drama, they've caused a lot of issues, and they've caused a lot of trouble within my community, and they basically changed it in a lot of different ways. They've actually lied even more than that, what I basically said. And so I decided to let them back into my community for just like one or two more chats. Wilbur flew into the point plane. Dodo can take down airplanes with his big booty. I know he can. Anyways, what ended up happening on top of it was they were in my community, but I banned Saki, and I think I banned Akira too, right? Or at least I kept Akira within the community for a bit. Now, after Jason lied to me, you know what they ended up saying? They said to me that Akira and Saki are the same person, but they have two personalities within their own body and their mind. And as soon as I heard that, I was thinking, like, so everything that I said to this person and to that person, they're basically the same freaking thing, right? Now, here's the worst part about it. I'm sorry for bringing you into this, Dodo. I love you very much. So basically, they flirted with Dodo, right? And they had extremely good manipulation against him. They pretended to be like a completely different person, and they wanted to like they were saying like they smoked weed and all that kind of stuff, and they were like pretend to be like a very happy, friendly, you know, nice going person, but they have multiple personality disorder. Dodo at the time, you know, Dodo is such a sweet fucking human being. He is an amazing sweetheart and a beautiful man. So I had to they told me they were you, so I fell for you, bro. Anyways, I talked to them, right? I talked to Dodo about that, and I warned him a lot about like what this person has done, you know, what they're capable of, the huge evil manipulation that they basically cause. Because this Saki person, they've lied about a lot of different stuff. They lied about surgeries. They've manipulated a lot of my friends and broke their hearts, and actively, retrospectively seeked out different people in my community to scare away and make them feel like shit. And it was like it was baffling to me on like how hard and how well that they were trying to destroy pieces of my community. So I warned Dodo. I told him everything about that. I told him all the details about it too. But being the nice sweetheart that he is, he gave this person a second chance. And eventually they wanted to date. They've wanted to like talk and that kind of thing. Why are you so pretty? Why are you so sweet? I'll kiss you on the mouth if you say that again. Anyways, with that being said, they were like wanting to be a thing and date for like, I don't know, like 2 months, something like that. I don't know how long it was exactly, but it was around that period of time. So, do it. There you go. So it was like around 2 months or something like that. It was like around 2 months, and when it happened, Jason was still within my community. They were still like watching me, and I guess you could say supporting me and stuff like that. And look at the screen and do it like anyways, yeah, they were talking to me and my community, and they were within my community supporting me and crap like that. So they had to like watch what they were saying, and they had to like do a lot of different ways and things. They said like so desperately like, oh my god, please don't ban me from the server, please don't block me, please. And you know, I was like, okay, whatever, you could stay, but you're on 2 strikes. Hey Chaos, how have you been? And I let them in, you know, I allow them to stick around and stuff like that. So when I did, I ended up finding out a lot of different stuff. One day I woke up, right? I woke up And I actually know what this person looks like, Jason, right? Oh, and Akira and Saki claim to have showed pictures of themselves, you know, to Dodo and things like that, and to me, and all of that kind of stuff. And hi, Nipple Man, you are really good, thank you. Wow, you're so pretty, thank you, Chaos, you're sweet. Anyways, I woke up this morning, or at least one morning, and I was talking to my friend, you know, Dodo, and he messaged me and he basically said that when they were on to like a voice chat with them and they were wanting to like video chat and that kind of thing, they literally said to me, like Dodo just said to me, that they were voice chatting and they were wanting to video chat, but the person, like, or at least, you know, this person, they had their mic, or they had like their thing covered kind of like this, and then suddenly they accidentally like reveal themselves like this, and then as soon as they did that, it was Jason. Take that into account. Keep that in mind. Jason, or Akira / Saki, was calling my best friend Dodo, and when they did call them, they were the same exact person. Akira, Saki, Jason. All into one. They were all the same person. Now, if we're being technical here, Jason has cheated on me probably like 5 times. They've manipulated me and all of my friends. They've seeked to destroy and hurt me. Now, the funny thing too is Alexa, that person is Jason too. All 4 of those people with their own personalities, their own voices, their own thoughts, their own little stories, is all from one singular person. That is terrifying. And that is absolutely out of this world. You know, when you get trolls and when you get like a live stream going, and when you get some people that just come on, like, you know, they'll just like pop onto a live stream and they'll just say like, ha, you suck, you stupid, like nobody likes you, like stuff like that, you know, like they just say like all those kinds of things, and they just say like a lot of insults to you to make you feel bad. And so when that happened, hold up, what did Nipple Man say? I can't hold in my feelings for you anymore. Let's do it. Don't time him out. He can express his feelings. Anyways, as I was saying, all 4 of those people were the same exact person. So I banned them. I talked to them in DMs, and I basically said to them, what else is it that I need to know about you as a person? And basically, when I asked them that question, they revealed a lot. They basically said to me that I'm actually not a guy, I'm actually a girl, but I want to be a trans guy. So they lied to me about their gender. They said that they are not actually Japanese, they are actually Australian. That's another lie. They said that all those surgeries and the thing that happened to their parents, that is a lie too. They don't actually live by themselves, that they've claimed to. They don't actually work a job, that they've claimed to. They actually live with their mother. And yeah, catfished at its finest. And that's the thing that you gotta watch out for when it comes to catfishes and when it comes to like people on the internet that are basically going to say or do a lot of different stuff, that are going to manipulate your feelings, that are going to destroy pieces of your community. And the scary thing about this too is this person literally, like, they straight up told me that they were obsessed with me and they've wanted like a piece of me in every way. They've wanted like a lot out of me. They wanted everything from me is what they told me. But there's nothing wrong with loving somebody, and there's nothing wrong with crushing or having feelings for a certain person, but it's to where, like, if you have it of feelings like that that are so twisted and so dark and so like unhealthy to the point where it's going to cause you to do those kinds of things, like, this person was primarily targeting me, like, straight up. They were targeting me the most. They've wanted to rip apart my community. They've wanted to destroy pieces of my server. They wanted to ruin my friends, and they have. They scared away a lot of people from my server, and they've ruined a lot. This person, oh yeah, their name isn't even Jason. It's a completely different name, too. I forgot to mention that. Their name is not even Jason. They couldn't even tell me that correctly. The only thing that I know about this person that's legitimate is them being like 20 years old. That's it. That is like the only thing that was truthful from them, was them telling me their age and them showing proof that they are above age. So I fell in love with this person because at the time I've known a lot about them. Like, they told me like all sorts of stuff. They told me everything about them, and I know everything about them too. But the reason why I fell for them was because I thought that we would actually have a thing. Like, I thought it would be actually possible. You know, stuff like that. It was very believable with all the stuff that they were mentioning to me and telling me and all this kind of thing. Now, what happened here is, like, I had to get rid of this person for good. This person is gone from my life. I've had to ban them, remove them, and get rid of them too. The damage that they've caused was immense. They've ruined a lot of my community. They've harmed a lot of my friends. They were very obsessed with me, and they were extremely good at manipulation and what they were doing. Now, the reason I say this is because, like I said before, there's a difference between like having a troll that basically just comes on and makes fun of you, and I just laugh at them, and I just, you know, with a few simple clicks of the mouse, they're gone, and you just block them. And if they come back, just keep blocking them and banning them. Simple as that. This person was the equivalent to a hellspawn, a gremlin, a devil, a demon, all that bad stuff, a monster. And they had 4 faces too. Probably even more. They probably manipulated even more people than just me, based off of what I'm seeing. And they're probably doing it right now as we speak. So, with that being said, I banned them, I blocked them, and I've gotten rid of them for good. They're not in my life anymore. And it left me with a very, like, deep void in my stomach because of what they done. They were very like, Michael Obsession. They were obsessed with me. That's what they told me. I have screenshots and proof of everything that they have done. They were very like a goblin. They were kind of like a goblin. And anyways, they faked being a lot of different people with their own different personalities, with their own feelings and mindset. And they've decided to take into account to make fun of me and be destructive with my life. and play around with me and hurt my friends and target me as well and purposely say bad things about themselves because they know for a fact that I would feel bad for them. Who does that? Honestly, not a lot of people. Not even my trolls would do that, and I get a crap ton of them. I get trolls every friggin' live stream, but they wouldn't steep to that level. Like, I don't know. It was just a very, like, impactful thing. And with this person doing the stuff that they've done, I can make a whole book about this. There's even more stuff that this person has done that I may have forgot to mention. And my friends sure as hell know about it. And if I get some time to think about it, I can think of what they've done too. But they've done a lot. They've done more than what I just stated. And they are still in other communities too. In fact, one of my really good friends, Master Ego, I don't know if you know about him, Master Ego, Kenneth, Broken Ego. I used to have beef with the guy at the time because basically what happened with that and him is this Jason person, right? They went into their community and they were trying to make Kenneth look like some kind of predator. They were trying to make him look like some kind of freak or a monster, because what he tried to do at the time was he tried to help out a girl, right? He tried to help out a girl by giving her food because she literally had like nothing to eat. So he wanted to send her like a pizza and stuff, right? Out of pure kindness of his heart. And then what ended up happening was this person screenshotted like a lot of their conversation, and then they sent it to me. And they made it very twisted and made it look like he's some kind of creepy predator when it was extremely taken out of context and not the way that it was supposed to look. You know what I mean? Like, it's just stuff like that. So at the time, I was really upset with him about that. I was really mad at him for that, and I was not happy at him for at all when that occurred. However, over time, after me and Jason basically split, me and him talked one day. We settled our problems. We discussed it, and he told me like everything about it, and I believed him. I do, and I gave him a second chance because I don't believe anything that Jason fucking says at all, especially after what they've done to me. So I basically accepted his apology, and me and him are good now. He's not as active as he used to be because he's always busy, but me and him are good friends now. But you see what I'm talking about here. Like, it just baffles me as to how much impact one person can cause within these communities with just the right amount of manipulation and tactics needed. It's scary. This has happened to Chinoza. This has happened to Master Ego. This has happened to Dodo, to Souljen, to all of my good friends, and to me as well. They've pulled like a lot of different strings, like a puppet. They've like decided to tug at hearts, like swipe away, feelings of other people. They basically targeted and they've wanted to attack and personally manipulate and harm people. And they've done just that. They've done it very well too. So, but the reason why it was hurting me so much though was because I was in love with this person. Imagine being in love with that kind of person and then having all of those things occur. And for them to do everything that I just stated to you and your friends and to your community too. It's just insane. It's just very like, it's scary. It's just really scary to me. Like, I don't know what can go through a person's mind for them to want to like cause these kind of actions. What would drive somebody to do that? And you know what's funny is I asked Jason that same question. I asked him about that, You know what their answer was? They were bored. They were bored. They had nothing else exciting going on in their life. And they just wanted to personally target and attack other people that are innocent. Yeah. That is correct, Ions. I would not target them as a... I would not even call them a human being. They're not. They are not a human. I would not classify that person as a human. There are a lot of humans on this planet, but it takes a whole new level of possession for a person to do that kind of stuff. You would have to... You would literally have to be possessed. Or you would have to, like, have the most excessive and cruel and bad cursed anticipations running through your head and your soul to commit those kind of actions. Something is just blatantly wrong with you if you think that, or if you want to do any of that. I'm a pretty messed up person myself, but I wouldn't go to that extent. That's just like, wow. That's scary to me. Anyways, after I removed them, I've lost a lot of good friends. I've lost a lot of really good people that were close to me. I've lost like a lot of people and stuff. My attitude and my whole entire behavior changed when that happened. I gotten more aggressive. I gotten very cruel. I've gotten like very mean. I just didn't like anybody. I was just like, you know, if anybody was to come in and they would say something stupid, I would just immediately ban them and say, go fuck yourself. I was just really mad. And when I was mad, it scared away a lot of my friends too, on top of it. So, when that happened, it changed me. It changed me a lot, and it made me think of a lot of different things too. And as I was streaming still, and as I was still like doing a thing, one day on a live stream, you know, acting the way that I was, streaming, and I guess you could say being edgy, I was just jokingly saying to one of my viewers, I was just saying something like, hey guys, maybe I should try, you know, a challenge, like being nice to everybody for one day. And then as soon as I said that, like, immediately something clicked in my head, tell me that the way that I was acting is not a good thing. I was thinking like, wow, did I really just ask people if I could be nice to them? Or at least my supporters and my friends. So, I'm trying to take that approach now. I'm not trying to be as aggressive as I used to anymore. And for some of you that still watch my streams and stuck around for a while, I'm slowly starting to change my behavior. I am trying to be better as a person. I'm trying to like improve myself and just be better overall. You know, Jason is gone. I have a job. I work. I get money. I can afford a lot of different stuff. I can continuously stick around. I have really good friends that I can be with. I just have to watch what I say a little bit better. I just have to watch what I say, be more careful with the jokes that I basically say, be nicer to people, and if I get trolls or if I get really nasty folks coming in, I just remove them and I just say, fuck off. So, I'm working my way up to that. I'm trying to improve myself. I'm trying to get better with myself. It's going to take a long time because I used to be really nice before. I used to be like super like sweet in the past. And I can still be sweet if I just try hard enough. I really can be. I'm a nice person. I'm a nice person. And I can still be a nice person too. I just have to work my way up to that. I don't want to be mean anymore. I really don't. I don't want to be mean anymore. I'll still get angry and frustrated about stuff, but I don't want to direct that hatred towards people. I'm not holding any grudges anymore like I used to. I have no grudges on anybody anymore. Not even the people that like I've argued with before and that I've hated on before, and the countless hundreds of people that betrayed me and backstabbed me. I don't have grudges anymore about that. I don't. And if they was to talk to me now, then I have no issue talking to them. You know, I would even probably unbad them, let them speak their word, and just get it over with. I don't want to hold any more grudges, and I don't want to be bad at people anymore. Simple as that. I don't want to be that way. I just want to be better. Simple as that. And NQG, like, let me tell you about this person, NQG. He is such a sweetheart. He's really just a nice, wonderful person that's been around for a very long time. We have the same birthday. We have the same interests and stuff like that. I was kind of mean to him at the time, which basically drew him away. But that also contributed onto a lot of other problems too, like with the whole Jason situation, the stress within the community, stuff like that. And it basically scared him away. He basically left the community, and I understand that. I really do understand why he would leave, because it wasn't in a very healthy state. And when I lost NQG, like I felt something like missing, like a piece of me in a sense. And like when that happened, like I really missed him a lot. I really did. I really missed him. And it's very sweet to see him back. I just like to state that, like, as cheesy as it sounds, it's just absolutely wonderful seeing people like that come back to your streams and your channel, especially if you don't talk to them for like a year. You know what I mean? It's just absolutely wonderful. As for Dodo as well, I think he's just an amazing, sweet person. Like, all Dodo is he's literally just a hardworking goofball that is extremely sweet. And I think Dodo is actually smart as hell, but he's just a sweetheart. He's a child at heart, very wonderful and very nice. He just does nothing but sweet things. He's very productive. He's got a job. He's gone through college. He's gone through all of it. Dodo's gone through so much shit, and it's really sweet to see him thriving and doing very well. I have nothing but love and care for him, and I always will too. He's like my best friend, and he's very handsome too. Anyways, another situation that I kind of wanted to talk about, right? Let's get into that, shall we? Let's talk about my YouTube channel and its current status and its current health. Let's discuss and delve deeper into that. All right, let's get that out of the way as well. My YouTube channel, right? And my current health of my YouTube channel. Let me see if I can probably pull it up. I could probably look into it or something. I'll see what's up with it, right? Let's talk about my YouTube channel and essentially what's going on with it, right? So I won't be showing way too much, but give me a second. I will just do this just for a second. So let's talk about my YouTube channel. For those of you who could basically see what's happening, right? 10,000 subscribers, okay? A long time ago, I've made this YouTube channel way back in November 10th, 2015. But I didn't start posting content until 2017, which was a very long time ago. Very, very, very long time ago. I started posting content 2 years ago with Dark Souls specifically. I've had like a lot of different face reveal content. I've had like Monster Hunter. I've had all these different things worked out. And over time, I would grow in a lot of subscribers. I would grow in a lot of like support too, like 1,000, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400, 1,500. You can see that I was growing rapidly. Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this. I did 21 push-ups, or no, 22 push-ups for 22 days for the Veterans Challenge, and I was successful in it too. Yeah. Yeah, I was successful in it. I completed the whole entire thing. The 22 push-ups for 22 days daily. That was fun. I like that. I remember that. I used to stream a lot of Fallout too, and I used to stream Skyrim. Right? I was doing really good with my channel. I was getting a lot of views, getting a lot of support. But you could see here that I would only be able to stream for like 2.5 hours. And I would get a lot of views from it. You know, I was doing really well. There had to have been some sort of algorithmic change. This used to be my logo, by the way. I had an artist named Midnight Wolf or something like that draw for me. And that became like my brand. So, push up, that's sick as heck. You never known that? This is a long time ago. Like, that's when I used to do like those push-ups. I even did Terraria a very long time ago. A very long time ago I did Terraria. I did Dead by Daylight. 6,000 subscribers too. Like a year ago I did Resident Evil. I've done Outlast. I've done a lot of these things. I've done Evil Within. I've done Undertale. I've done Red Dead Redemption. I remember making this video about Stan Lee. I've done The Forest. I've done 76. That game is fucking trash, by the way. God of War. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That was a really fun game. I remember this. Don't buy. I hated Darksiders 3. That game was trash. That game was awful. I only played that for like one stream and I just immediately dropped it. That game was terrible. And then I went back to Skyrim and I played Resident Evil 2. And Resident Evil 2 is amazing. I love that so much. I've done For Honor. I even gave Apex Legends a chance. I even played it for 12 hours. 12-hour Apex Legends livestream. Salt mode engage. Yeah. I had silly titles. And then I did my very first Smash Brothers stream. And that's when I got into that. I played Minecraft on top of it. I played... Oh my god, I remember doing this. Fucking hell. I don't know if some of you guys were around, but remember when I used to do the 12-hour to 24-hour live streams? That was insane. Like, my god, 12-hour streams. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, let me talk about this. So, for like a month, right, I came up with the idea of like streaming 12 hours every other day. So what I did was I streamed a game for 12 hours, gave myself a day off, and then streamed 12 hours on another game, gave myself a day off, and rinse and repeat. Like 12 hours, you know, 12 hours. And then eventually I kind of stopped doing that because it was getting way too much for my body. So then I kind of just like would go back in between playing other games too. I even had like these crazy thumbnails as well. The craziest, unhealthiest idea. You're still mad at me for Apex Legends? Why? This game is ass. I hate Apex Legends. That was terrible. That was the most miserable stream I've ever done. I got 1,400 views from that though. That was good. I remember getting like 1,000 views on some of my streams. That was crazy. Like, my god, yeah. I used to get like 1,000 views on some of my stuff. That was like, wow, that's crazy. I even got 1,000 views on like my Breath of the Wild streams too, and my announcements. I was doing pretty damn good. Yeah, on Minecraft too. Oh, I remember this. Yeah. For some of you guys that don't know, a long time ago, within like a year, me and Dodo did a 24-hour charity live stream, and we raised like $1,209 for cancer. So at the time, like a year ago, my views were very consistent. Like you can see that I was doing extremely well. Oh God, I remember this. Oh no. Okay, let's talk about this, all right? So at this period in time, I got in a false copy strike on my YouTube channel, and it took me like 2 weeks to get rid of it. And Discord as well, right? This has also contributed into my loss of viewers. So when this happened, right, my Discord accounts and like my servers got shut down for no reason. I don't know if some of you guys remember this, but when this happened, that lowered my community to a huge amount. That like destroyed my channel. So with my copy strike and with Discord taking me off of their platform twice like it did, that hurt my audience big time. That destroyed my channel for a bit. Like this happened at around like May 1st or like May 2nd, because as you could see, I had it as that. Yeah, that was awful. That was actually the worst thing that's ever happened on my channel, and this happened during summer too, on top of the Jason thing as well. This all happened during this time. It was just extremely bad luck. And then one time I got my channel hacked. You know, I got hacked and then I had to get it back eventually. So that was a nightmare. And then here's what ended up happening. I took like a month or two off, right? I took a month or two off of a break. And when I did that, I was working my moving job. I was working my moving job at the time, and when I did, that contributed into a lot of stress, a lot of like pain, and a lot of like hardly any time at all for streaming. I had to work like 16-hour shifts sometimes, and I had to work every single day, including Sundays. I had to work a lot, so I wasn't able to stream that much. As you can see here, 10 months, you know, 9 months, 8 months. I wasn't able to stream that much during these times. So then, I, like, after like a certain stream, I was able to like want to come back. And then, as you can see from my views, they slowly started to drop. Like, slowly but surely. Like, when I did Link's Awakening, I only got like a few hundred. Same for Smashing Away. I would consistently get like between 500, 600, and 300, right? And then I did Mario Maker, and that went well for a bit. I played Luigi's Mansion 3 for a bit. That was an awesome game. I love this game. I got actually a good amount of views streaming that, but unfortunately I beat it. I have a habit for beating games very quickly. And this is when Terry got out. I still hate that character the most in that game. And there's like a whole wall of Smash and Mario Maker. I did Mega Man in between too. I played like every single Mega Man game and beat frickin' all of them. I don't know if some of you guys remember that, but I frickin' did that. I literally played like all the Mega Man games. I beat every single frickin' one of them. Legacy Collection 2 and 1 has been completed. I even beat all of the Mega Man X games, like this one as well. Like all 8 Mega Man games were completed. Yeah, they were completed 1 through 4. I completed like 1 through 6 or something, and then I completed like 1 through 8 on this. So then I would play a lot of other games in between. I even played Buck Fables. This is actually a really fun game. I genuinely enjoyed it, and I was able to complete it in like 3 streams. It's a really good game, and I recommend trying it out if you like Paper Mario. I played like 12 hours in between, so it was a really fun game. And then I streamed like the Mega Man Zero games too on top of it. You know, that they went pretty decently. And then I started to play Castlevania and then Animal Crossing as well. But I'm noticing a problem here. The views, 200, almost 190. They have consistently dropped a lot. And then so it brings us to this point. We are currently at this level. These views, right? Something is wrong with my channel. Something is up with it. And the reason I say this is because I get a pretty consistent amount of viewers like each day when I'm streaming or whenever I'm making any sort of content, right? However, for some streams, when I stream like 5 hours, I only get like a couple hundred. Something happened to my algorithm that's preventing people from watching me as well. And on top of it, my subscriber count. What is going on with this thing? This count, right? This has not budged for over a year. I'm able to get a couple hundred views, or at least a few hundred views every stream. But my subscriber count does not grow anymore. It just doesn't. I can't get subscribers like I used to. I can't grow any further than this. Something is wrong with my count. It has always been this way. It has always been at 10K for like a year and a half. No, I didn't even have 13K. I had less than that. If YouTube wasn't taking away all of my subscribers like it did, I would already be at like 20K. I'd probably be at like 30K by now. But you can see the problem that I'm basically having. On top of people not getting notified to basically watch my channel, watch my streams, stay consistent, all that kind of stuff. And I do get subscribers. I get subscribers all the time. I get new people every freaking stream. Every time. Like I even got new people on this stream. And I even get new subscribers. But my counter never grows. It just doesn't. It's remained stagnant. It has not budged. It hasn't gone down. Well, it has gone down, but it hasn't gone up either. Like, I don't know. It's just like, what's the point of doing YouTube if I'm not even gonna grow? What is the point of being on this platform if I'm not really gonna grow? My views are dropping. I only get like 3 or 5 people watching me, you know, and I've been doing this for like years now. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what is the point? I have a lot of great friends. I have a lot of amazing supporters. I have a lot of awesome folks that come and watch me. But sometimes they can't always make it because they never get notified for any of my stuff. And on top of it, I'm not getting like growth on my channel like I used to. And I'm not saying it's nobody's fault. It's not anybody's fault. It's like, it's this platform's fault. How far would you like to grow to? It would just be nice if I could at least get this counter to not be 10K. This number is like so cursed at this point. It really is. Like, this number is such a curse. Because I've seen it for like over a year now, and it has not moved at all. It has not moved. It hasn't gone under 10K, and it hasn't gone over it. I get subscribers. I get viewers. You know. But, like, what can you do? What do I do about this? this just makes me not want to really do YouTube, like, at all anymore. And the only reason I do YouTube is for you guys. Simple as that. Or for whatever viewers that watch me. I got plenty of viewers on this stream now, but I'm just not able to get it on my other streams because nobody gets notified. And it's nobody's fault. I'm not blaming you guys for not watching me. You know, you got your lives, you got your jobs, you got things that you are interested in doing, and you got your own things that you like to take care of, and that is 100% understandable. Not everybody can make it to a live stream, and I am perfectly understandable of that. But if you were in my situation, you would definitely be thinking and feeling the same exact way. So, what I'm thinking that I'm probably just gonna do is I'll probably just turn this off. Honestly, I'm thinking of probably just like turning this off so I don't have to look at this counter anymore. I'm probably just gonna remove it, like just make it empty, so that way nobody has to look at it anymore. I'm tired of looking at it, that's for certain. I'm actually very tired of seeing that number not even grow whatsoever. Like, it's nothing is working with that. So, let me look at this. I'm probably just gonna like turn off my subscriber count. And I'm probably just gonna like hide it or something. What's the point, honestly? What is the point of having the counter on if it's not even gonna move for a whole year? Like, for real. What is the point? So, I think I'm gonna just do this. Yep. And there you have it. Now I don't have to look at it. And now I don't gotta worry about it. At all. Maybe I will be able to see it in my studio, but it's exhausting and it's not nice to look at, and I get asked about it a lot, and it's really annoying, so I'm just gonna hide my counter for now until something happens, which I really doubt. But at this point, what can you do? I've already discussed everything that I try to do with my channel. I've already discussed my plans and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna hide my counter. I'm just not even gonna like focus too much onto that. If I grow again, that would be absolutely wonderful. But I'm convinced that YouTube has definitely fucked up my channel. I don't know how. It could have been from the algorithm or from all the different games I played. But for some reason, the algorithm is so messed up on my channel that it's not properly working like it used to. So I just wanted to make that very clear. I just wanted to show this kind of stuff to everybody. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I just wanted to show that because I feel like it's necessary. I mean, like I said, what is the point? What is the point of going onto this platform and streaming like I used to if it's not really going to be working out? I don't know. I mean, it could just be a thing for me. I'm not saying that I'm quitting YouTube. I'm not gonna quit YouTube or anything like that, but I'm just trying to like make this kind of stuff very aware to everybody. You know what I mean? I'm just making it aware. I'm just like showing this out there. I'm still gonna stream, you know, I'm still gonna do YouTube. I'm not gonna quit or anything like that. But I want to show this off. Like, I want to just make it very apparent. And to whoever is watching, and if people are gonna be like coming in saying, why did you hide your sub account? It'll be because of this. It's because of that. Like, my viewers and my subscriber count are like this, like all the time. So if I just hide my counter, you know, I'll just be focusing primarily on like how many views I get at this point. This became an ape? Yes. Yeah, I'm just gonna primarily focus on views at this point and how many people are watching me over subscribers, because that's really all that matters. Like, the more views that you get for your channel is good enough, in my opinion. If I can even get just like a few hundred views a stream, or even that, like every stream that I'm due, I'm satisfied at this point. Or if I even get a couple new people, and like in the end, that's just all that I'm satisfied with. If I could just get like a few hundred viewers like watching me like every stream and stuff like that, or I mean views, not viewers. But yeah, if it's like that, then I'll just be satisfied with that as is. And I'm just not going to pay attention to that stupid ass counter. Because like I said, what's the point in it? It's not going to move. It's not going to grow. It's not going to go down. It literally, it hasn't budged like for a whole year. It's just been stuck like that. So yeah, this channel's sub count is like a dull pencil. You try to sharpen it, but then you check and you're back to square one. Yeah, that is very true. Well, anyways, yeah, I love you guys. You guys are amazing people, and I appreciate you all watching and stopping in and supporting me. It's just like, you know, I'm just trying to do some self-reflections here. I'm trying to think what is best for me. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm just gonna like make like a day off for myself. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like I wanted to make the stream specifically because I wanted people, like whoever was watching me or whoever is like coming to my channel, can essentially understand like a bit of my story and what I kind of go through on a daily basis. Like, you know, I mean, in real life, like what I'm doing right now, I'm working. You know, I used to work as a mover for like a few months, but that's actually a very miserable job. I hated moving. Moving was probably like the word. No, it is. No, it's the worst job that I have ever worked in my life. Simple as that. Moving was just a very awful and cruel experience. And the reason I say this because like the reason I say this is because no matter how strong of a back, no matter how active your body is and stuff like that, those kind of jobs have broken even the strongest dudes. From what I've seen and heard. So, I did not like that job because it's taken up so much of my time, and it's made me like very angry and upset with a lot of different stuff. So I had to get a new job after that. They would also shorten my checks. They would forget to give me money that they owed me. Overtime and stuff like that. There was no schedule to work off of, and the coworkers were really shady. I have a crap ton of house moving stories that I could tell. And some of the coworkers got fired because of what they were doing too. So it was an awful job. It was not good. Still, I mean, it's a job, sure, you get money from it, but physically, it's not worth it. I'd rather work, you know, like what I'm doing right now is housekeeping. I work as a housekeeper for a hospital. I clean people's rooms, and specifically Corona, so that way people can basically live in it safely without any issues. So I make good money from it too, and I'm gonna get great benefits. I also have time to stream too. And since I have this money, and since I have a job and stuff like that, I can afford this kind of stuff. I can afford a computer, I can afford lights, I can afford things that are like really fun for me. I can afford games, I can afford all kinds of crap. But I try to save money when I can. I pay bills too. I keep myself very busy. So yeah, the journey for this channel, positive and yeah, that's for sure, dude. But let me just say this, like my current state of mind right now, I'm doing good. I am doing good. Everything is normal now. Everything is fine now. We are okay. As a unity and a community, we are okay and we are fine. Everything is back to normal. People are liking each other again within our community. And I can work, I can get money, I can maintain stuff, and I can keep myself happy. So I kind of wanted to get that off my chest. I wanted to tell everybody about that. Me as a person, I'm doing better now. I'm doing actually good. I'm working. I'm gonna want to go back into college soon and stuff like that. Um, uh, sorry. Yeah, and I'm doing a lot better. Like, I'm just working, being productive, streaming, forwarding things that I personally like and enjoy. Still wanting a boyfriend, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll definitely work our way to that. I'm happy with what I have though. I am. I'm great. I'm very grateful for the lot of stuff that I currently have. Like, I'm glad that I have people who are caring. I'm glad that I can support myself because I don't need money from anybody. I really don't. I don't have money from anybody. But yeah, for like all those things and all those like crazy stuff that happened to me before, like that's part of the reason why my behavior is like the way that it was. Um because of people like Jason, you know what I mean? Like you're like I'm glad that Dodo hasn't experienced that person for any longer than I have, because I don't know what this person would have done to them. Honestly, I don't know what this person would have done to him for as long as he did to me, if it came to that point. I don't know. Like, I feel like Dodo would have been in a very bad spot. He was very sad about it for a while, but he got over it. He's perfectly fine now. Dodo is doing freaking amazing. But at the time when it happened, it affected him, and it definitely like turned his mind around. You know what I mean? And I'm one thing I am happy about is I'm happy that you guys, like some of my friends and stuff, that you didn't have to experience the same exact thing that me and my friends have, for whoever is watching. And to be honest, like for those people that basically got hurt by this person, I'm mostly glad that they kind of targeted me over you guys, because, you know, I handle bullshit on a daily. I know some of you guys can too, but I just love you guys very much, and I just don't want that person to involve you with that. So I'd rather take the pain than you guys. On top of it, yeah, I'm just like happier with this kind of stuff. I can work, I could do better. And I know I could do even better too. I know that I can like work my way up to a lot of different stuff. Um yeah. I'll still be streaming. You know, I'll still be doing that kind of thing. I'm not quitting for some of you guys that may think that. Um and yeah, it's a lot for a person to handle. It really is. Like, it's not easy. Like, just imagine having somebody like that within your life for a long period of time. Oh, kick butt, thank you. I'm surprised you know my real name. You a great friend and a father figure? How am I a father figure? I'm like 2 years older than you. Thank you, Kickbutt. Go check out Kickbutt Man's channel. I love that man. I love your content. Thank you, Pop Spread. I appreciate it. You are my friend. Ah. Anyways, it's just really nice to have people who are very supportive. Like, I appreciate everybody who comes around. I appreciate people who are like consistently supportive. I appreciate anybody who is like nice or willing to be somewhat of a friend in a way. I just had a lot going on in my life. I've had a lot like of things happen to me. I've gotten very stressed out. I've gotten hacked. I've gotten freaking cheated. I've gotten betrayed. I've gotten lied to. Like, you friggin' name it. Like, I've had all of these crazy things happen to me. And, you know, I'm happy that I'm still able to go on though. I am happy about that, because most people wouldn't. Most people will probably just quit, but I'm too stubborn, and I'm too like headstrong to like just stop. I'm literally I mean, I just don't let anything stop me at this point. Like, happy Father's Day. Oh shoot. Is it happy Father's Day? Is it really? I gotta call my dad and tell him that. Alright, yeah, it's just a very nice thing to have. Like, I'm very grateful that I have what I do have, and I know I keep saying that, but no, it's next Sunday. Ah, okay. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. How do I say this? I will still be around, but things will just be a bit different. I will still be around. I'll still be active like I am doing now. It's just what this stream is, and what this whole thing that I'm doing right now is just a self-reflection, and it's just showing you guys like my personal feelings about what's going on with me, my YouTube channel, Discord, you name it. Bye, Chris. I'll see you later. Take care, sweetheart. Go check out Chinoza if you haven't already. Wonderful guy. Anyways, what else do I want to say? Yeah. Even when I got hacked, and even when I got like my Discords completely eradicated from the platform, and even when I had like a lot of stuff taken away from me, for some reason I just decided to keep going. I just decided to like keep moving on and just keep on pursuing my goals and just keep on walking, even if like a lot of things were bad happening to me. I don't know. Most people would just quit or not see it as like a point, like what's the point of going on? But over time I kind of just learned that. I mean, like, before I used to be super like really dark and really like hateful and not liking anything, just because of my childhood and my upbringing and my growing up and all the people cheating on me and lied to me and crap. But I don't know, the more that I continue to just live on and see stuff, and on top of it, I'm surprised that I never smoked and never drank my whole life. I never have. Never want to either. I will never drink and I will never smoke either. You know, I don't plan to. I don't want my mind to be altered. I want my mind to grow and not be affected by any sort of smoke or any sort of thing that can potentially ruin my body. Plus, it can also affect me as well. That's the reason why I have as much energy as I do, because I don't take any medication. I don't smoke or do any of that. I can keep going. You know, I could just keep working and stuff like that. I mean, and I have the energy with that as well to do so. There can never be enough monster slaying. That is true. There is never enough monster slaying. You are very much correct about that, without a doubt. We slay monsters every single day. Sometimes we don't even know that we do. Whether it's in our mind, in person, or in video games, we will always be slaying monsters. But if you let the monster eat you, or if you let the monster beat you, then that's where your life will start to go downhill. But if you defeat that monster and you slay it, then you will be succeeding in a lot more ways than one. As nerdy as that sounds, but it's true. My 18-year-old brother has the super unnatural ability to talk like an anime girl. That's concerning. You saw that guy? He thinks he's all that. He's just a lazy bastard that is currently slept on his couch watching this dude. Belial, shut the hell up. You're amazing. I have the unnatural ability to call me daddy? Okay. Anyways, I'm just very grateful for a lot of different stuff. I'm just trying to express myself here. I'm trying to like just demonstrate like what I want to do. What I can do with this YouTube channel, what I want to do, what I want to work with, what I can do, what I can implement on, stuff like that. It's just very difficult, like what I want to do and what I want to work with. I just need to figure out what I want. Like I already know what I want, but I want even more because I'm just greedy like that. That is probably my biggest sin, is greed. I just want stuff constantly. I want to do things constantly. That's just how I am. I'm just really greedy. Either that's like a good thing or a really bad thing. Probably not a good thing, but I'll make it into a good thing. Yeah. I'm just happy I can keep myself healthy. That I can actually work around a lot of my problems. And I have, surprisingly, like, I've worked around countless freaking problems. I'm just still surprised that I was able to get my channel back after it got hacked and copy striked. And I was able to get some of my people back from Discord onto a brand new one, despite it being eradicated twice. You know, first one gone, second one gone, including my account too, on top of it. So it was a hell of an experience. And yeah, we're just gonna end the stream on a good note. I guess what I just want to do is do what I enjoy. I'll just stream what I like. I'll just make the content that I enjoy, stream whenever I feel like it. It can be any day, even now, for example. I'll still try and stream like at least 20 hours a week, 20 to 25, depending on how I'm feeling. And yeah, we'll work our way onto that and enjoy what we can. Like I said, the only reason I stream anymore is just for you guys. You guys are just really sweet and really nice, so I'm only on this platform just so I could see you people. Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do to improve yourself. You will pay penance for your transgressions. What does that mean? Whatever. like godly, like an omniscient being. You will pay penance to transgressions. Hey, I know I've done some bad stuff, but I don't want to. Read this, I dare you, but you won't. Reads it, yes. Anyways, yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you all for sticking around. Thank you all for being by me on my side. I don't know if there's much more for me to say. I'll try and think of something for just a second. I just wanted to get a lot of this off my chest. Like, we talked about the YouTube channel, we talked about me, what I gone through. We talked about Mr. Frickin' Creature Jason, my past relationships, what I'm currently doing now. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get a new computer, by the way. I'm trying to get a new PC. I might even get a new I might even get like a new webcam, so I could probably stream in like 4K quality or something like that. I love your goofy ass night. Oh, you're sweet, Dodo. I love your goofy ass too. Guys and girls and kids and gerbils. I'm not a furry. Like, what? At least I don't think I'm a furry. Anyways, thank you all for coming on to this live stream. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like the stream if you enjoyed. I noticed that we got a lot of amazing people that came on today, and I appreciate all of them stopping in. Maybe I'll just keep doing YouTube. I don't know. I'm still just trying to think about it. Like, I'm one. He practices as a woo in the mirror. Okay, yeah, sure I do, Dodo. I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll just think about it. Like, I really enjoy YouTube, but at the same time, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I could be doing something else with my free time at the same time, you know? I'll think about it. If anything else basically happens, I will inform everybody about it, and I'll probably make something like this too. Oh, woo, X3 nuzzles? I'll stop. You're okay, Brady. It's fine. Well, I want to take a nap. I'm a little sleepy. But knowing me, if I say I want to sleep, I'll just probably play something for like 8 hours. Alright. Thank you all for coming on. Love you guys very much. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. I appreciate all you stopping in. It's been a very long journey. It's been a very long, like, session of streaming for, like, consistent years. We've been through a lot together. Do you bleed? I don't think I do. I am a vampire, though. I just think, like, we could do a lot. We could do something. Even if it's small. We could do something. I just gotta think more. But the reason why I made the stream, though, is I was just expressing what's up, like, my current thoughts and what's currently going through my head. So anyways, yeah, thank you all for coming on to the live stream. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that support button, I guess. Hit the like. Do whatever it is that you like and enjoy. Thank you all for stopping in and being a part of this live stream. You guys have been... My hair is still a friggin' mess! Anyways, thank you all for coming in. Love you guys very much. And I'll see you around on the next live stream. Goodbye. And I will see you later. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for listening to me. And thank you for sticking around. And I hope to see you around on the next live stream. Bye-bye. And I will see you later.